Hi guys, today we're going to be looking at the distribution principle for grade 9, and the main principle you guys are going to be using is FOIL. So let's just look at FOIL quickly. If I had something like x plus 1 into, let's say, x minus y, how would we do that? What we do is we'd multiply this x by this x, and that'll become x squared. We then multiply this x by this y, it'll become minus x y. We then multiply this 1 by x, and I get plus x, and then I'd finally multiply this 1 by the y, and I get minus y. What we refer to this is as the acronym is called FOIL, because what is happening here is this is our first, this is our outer, this is our inner, and this is our last. So if you look here, the blue is our first is our first, the red is our outer, first is our outer, the I is our inner terms, and the L is our last terms. Okay, I hope you guys get that. Let's go into the sums. Now the first question here, we're going to be applying the FOIL. So I'll have 2 into my first times my first will be x squared. My outer will now be minus x, my inner will now be plus x, and my last will be minus 1. We're going to simplify within the brackets, and we'll get 2 into x squared minus 1, and we're now going to use our single distribution, which is just going to go like this: 2x squared minus 2. So there is an easier way to do this question, and we're going to look at this right here in the side, which is a shortcut. If I have an x and a 1 and an x and a 1, or just the same terms, and the only difference is this plus and this minus, you don't have to apply FOIL. You can just multiply the first by the first and the last by the last, and what you get there is x squared minus 1, which is the exact same as what we have here. So you can save yourself some time. It will be recommended to learn that. In grade 10 you will explore it more. Okay, let's go into our second one. We're going to be using FOIL again. We're looking at number 2, and here I'll have 3 into my first times my first is 2x squared. My outer will be plus 4x, my inner will be minus 3x, and then my last will be minus 6. So I'm then going to multiply this here out after I simplify the brackets. So always simplify within your brackets, because I have 2x squared plus x minus 6, and now I'll have 6x squared plus 3x minus 18. Okay, let's move on to our final example that we're going to be doing together. And here we have a square with the brackets, which can become tricky for you guys. But what do we know? If I had x squared, what does that mean? It would mean x times x. So if I had 2 squared, what is that? It is 2 times 2, which is 4. And that same principle here is going to be used with our brackets. So just as when I have a square, I can expand it, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to have 2 into y plus 3 into y plus 3. And now I can go back to using FOIL. So here I'll have 2 into my first will be y squared, my outers will be plus 3y, my inners will be plus 3y, and my last will be plus 9. Let's simplify within these brackets. I'll get y squared plus 6y plus 9, and then finally I have 2y squared plus 12y plus 18. Now there is a shorter way to do this as well, and let's look at that in the side here. So if I have this y plus 3 and it's squared, what you're going to do is square the first term, and that's going to be equal to y squared. We're then going to multiply both of these terms together and times by 2. And what that will then give us is 3 times y is 3y, times 2 will be plus 6y, and then finally we're going to square the last term and we get plus 9. And when you look at that, you'll see that this is the exact same thing as we get here when we simplify. This is another one where you can use FOIL, you're still going to get the answer right, but you will save time and it's going to be explored greater in grade 10 and 11. I hope this helped you guys with distribution. If you have any questions, please put a comment down below. Any videos you'd like to see, please let me know, and like and subscribe. All the best, and practice, practice, practice.